The way that you start an engaging video is the same way you start a best-selling novel, with action, not with backstory. Because here's the thing, when it comes to reading books or to watching videos, nobody wants the backstory. They want the in the progress and they want the result. So in order to start an effective video, you want to make sure that you're not giving background information, you're not doing slow things, you're not giving that back history, just like we don't do that in books. We're not going to do that in our videos. We're going to get directly to the point. We're going to hook them in and give them a reason to root for our main character, and in videos, that's going to be us. So you want to make sure that you're giving them a reason to stick around, just like you do inside of your novels. Making sure that you're creating an engaging video really does revolve around hooking them in. So let's break down this process for you. When it comes to creating a video, you have to go in with a purpose. Now, not every video is going to have a purpose. About 5% of your videos don't have to have a purpose. It can be for fun, it can be trends, it can be whatever. But the vast majority of your content needs to give people a reason to stick around and to stay on your platform. So you need to develop a hook. What is the thing you're going to be teaching them or entertaining them on? Tell them immediately. And that can be verbally, that could be with text on screen, it could be with what's going on around you. It can also be with your caption. You have to make sure you have something to give them a reason to stick around and to stay. So your goal, your job with this is to hook them in, give them a reason to stay there, and then give the rest of your information. Now, like with a book, you do have the ability to give some of that backstory, some of that history, some of the things that led up to the start of that video, but you're going to do that later on inside of your video. You are going to put that in later on, and keep in mind, just like with our books, with our readers being really perceptive, being able to work out the little details on their own and put the pieces together, they can do this inside of your videos too. Now, videos are a much shorter amount of time to communicate than a novel, which means you're going to have to know your point and get to your point and make sure you drive that home before getting out of the way. With content, whether it is long-form video content or short-form video content, your goal is to say it as quickly as possible and then get out of the way. People are very, very perceptive of how long they are going to spend their time with you, and if you waste their time in any way, shape, or form, they're going to leave. So if you are dawdling, if you are having big gaps of time in between the things that you're saying, if you're giving them a way to swipe away, they are going to. Let's go back to the book theory. We like to leave our book chapters on cliffhangers, because if we don't leave them on a little bit of that anticipation, a little bit with those cliffhangers, they can close the book and put it down for the night. If they put it down for the night, maybe they won't pick it back up in the morning. Maybe it'll be a few hours. Maybe it'll be a few days. And we don't want that. Our goal with writing our novels is to hook them in and make them have to read the next chapter. Our goal is to get them to stay up all night to read our books and to know what comes next. Likewise, we are doing that with our videos. So you do not want gaps of time. You do not want long periods where you're waiting or lots of B-roll without conversation. You do not want to take 20 seconds to say something you could say in 12. So your goal is to trim out all the fat, all the fluff, and make sure you're delivering that point in a valuable way that clearly communicates what you're trying to say in the shortest amount of time possible. So, when it comes to creating your content, keep in mind, your point is what you're driving home. You're introducing that immediately to hook them in and give them a reason to stay. Then you're telling them the points without fluff, without extra stuff, without things that are going to make them feel like you're wasting their time. And you're going to drive that point home and get out of the way. You have lots of opportunities to be creating content out in the social media realms, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on LinkedIn. And you have the ability to be putting out as much content as you want. So do not waste time creating very long pieces of content that kind of drone on and don't have a point, because that's going to hurt you in the long run. Just like with your book, you want to say what you need to say in the shortest amount of time possible. Really give them those strong punches. And with videos, we are not having any lag time, nothing with that downtime. Say what you need to say and get out. Your lag time is the time in between the videos that you post. So when it comes to creating your content, use what you know from novel writing. Implement those things into the structure of your video. You understand as a writer how to create a strong introduction, how to make sure that your middle is not saggy or weak, and how to leave them on a note from the end of your book or the end of your video that will carry them over until the next time. Because remember, when it comes to our books, people will love our stories, but they're going to remember how it ends when they're writing their book reviews, when they're telling their friends about it. The thing that's going to stick with them the most is that ending of your story. Likewise, you want to have a really strong ending to your video as well. Structuring it the same as you structure a novel can really be revolutionary in what you're doing. Now, if you want more tips on video creation, how to save time and effort doing this, make sure you follow along here and over on the main channel, youtube.com/KMRobinson, where I teach entrepreneurs how to create their short form video content start to finish in under 5 minutes. That's idea, scripting, filming, editing, and posting in under 5 minutes. So there's no reason you can't be creating content every single day to grow your platform and really raking in those book sales. If you've got questions on video content creation, how to use TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, drop those down below. And if you want a more fleshed out version of how we can actually be taking the writing process and implementing it into our video production, let me know, because maybe we'll just have to run a workshop for you just to be nice, to make sure we're helping you level up with your video content creation so you can make more money on your books. I'll see you in the next episode, because we drop these every single day here on the platform to help you level up in the industry and make more money through your books.